welcome to Andy's Garage. Today we're going to review my 2016 Subaru Outback Limited Edition in Wilderness Green. I absolutely love this car. I've had it for a year. I put 19,500 miles on it, and it's been absolutely flawless. We had a recall the other day for an ignition switch issue, which you didn't read about in the newspapers. It didn't hit anything because Subaru takes care of their owners. This is my third Subaru. We took it in 20 minutes of work and came back with no other. They redesigned this vehicle in 2015, and this is actually my third Subaru. This vehicle is a 2016 model. I absolutely love the World Rallycross round fog lights. I love the LED headlights, high definition. I love the new grille. Look at these wheels. 19-inch wheels, phenomenal. We got the roof rack later. I'll talk about all the benefits of that. This car is manufactured in 2016, and final assembly for this vehicle is in Indiana. And so for those of you looking for something that has at least some component made in the United States, this is final assembly in Indiana. Talked a little bit about the headlights in this vehicle. Very cool. Very cool WRX style round headlights, and then you've got the LEDs comma type thing with the high definition lights. You can also hear the engine. It currently is on. Here we are with the engine compartment. Everything 4-cylinder inline. You can hear that it's pretty quiet. You know, anytime you're buying a car that's an SUV, even if it's a SUV light, you want to know about ground clearance. Every guy's going to try to take this car off the road at some point while they own it. This is an 8.6-inch ground clearance. To give you a reference, the Jeep Grand Cherokee, same model year 2016, has lower ground clearance than this vehicle does. So one of the reasons why I bought this vehicle were because of the roof rack. I originally went into the dealership and said I want a brand new Forester. He asked me a lot about my family and my activities and the things that we did together. And I said we were pretty avid cyclists, and we like to camp, we like to go out and be outdoors. And he said, first of all, this vehicle is a wider vehicle, so we have more room to pack stuff width-wise. It's also a shorter vehicle, so accessing the roof is easier than the slightly taller Forester. But the big kicker, and this is actually why I bought the vehicle, the exclusive reason, and this is my second Outback in recent years. In 2014, and this is the 2016. And the roof rails, he showed me this, and I signed on the dotted line. So simply pull up on this lever right here, move this bar across, do that on the other side, and mind you, I have no tools at all. Drop that in the hole over there, drop it in the hole over here, lock it down, lock it down. Now you have roof racks that you can use to mount up your ski rack, your bike rack. I have done both on this vehicle. And any guy out there watching this video is going to say, well, okay, how much weight can I hold up here? I don't have the exact figure. I know that Subaru publishes one, not worth me repeating here. I have had 4 bikes on top of this vehicle at one time on this rack. Steel bikes, so they were heavy. And I just recently completed a trip across the country, 1,000 miles each way, so a 2,000-mile trip with 4 bikes. Taking the roof rails back off, again, very simple process. Pull up on this lever, go around, pull up on this lever, put these back into place, lock them down. No tools required at all, and all done. Roof rails are on. So here we are approaching the interior of the 2016 Outback. This is the luxury edition, so you see it has the beautiful leather seats. Look very comfortable, look awesome. Steel and wood accents on the dashboard. Fantastic. Steel, wood, leather accents on the dashboard. Great cup holders here in the door. and the Harman Kardon stereo. So here we are again, 2016 Subaru Outback Limited. We'll go ahead and start it up, and you can take a look at what it feels like. I did not get the keyless entry or push to start on this vehicle. These are hard to get. There was one in the dealership when I went to buy it, so this is the one I got. So I have a regular traditional key. Watch the dashboard as I'll zoom into that as I turn it on, and listen also for the sounds. Pretty awesome. Love the way that looks and feels. Press mute to turn the radio off. So here on the steering wheel we have typical controls. On the right is cruise control or speed control. On the left is telephone and radio. Here in the instrument cluster you've got temperature, RPMs, speed, fuel, and then here in the middle we've got miles per gallon you're currently sitting at, how much your average miles per gallon is, and what your range is. I keep those things up there most of the time. And as you see, these videos should be consistent where I'm giving you what these vehicles look like after a certain number of miles. This particular vehicle has 19,649 miles on it. If we take a look here to the left of the steering column, you've got a whole bunch of buttons down here. And the reality is that the button here is to open the power lift gate. This button is a memory button for the power lift gate. If you're not as tall as I am, you may choose to not have that lift gate go all the way up. Can't imagine why you wouldn't want that, but some people are not as tall as I am. Below, you've got turn off all of your electronic skid control, and turn off your radar for the backup camera. Beautiful stack, center stack for this car. The dual heating and cooling. We've got a fantastic radio system that you see right now is on Sirius, but if you go through, you've got all kinds of apps with Starlink that you pulled it up to your iPhone or your Android device. You've got Sirius XM radio, you've got AM FM, and of course you have Bluetooth. If you plug in your iPhone using the USB device, you also have Pandora music when you plug it in with your iPhone or your Android device. I use Pandora quite a bit. I don't have my phone in right now. You also have pretty cool applications if you go to information, and I don't know why you would want to sit in your car and do this. I think it's kind of a cool feature. You can actually pull up sports, Sirius XM weather, your stock portfolio. You can pull up vehicle monitor, and it talks exactly about how your vehicle is currently positioned, what kind of mode you're in from a four-wheel drive perspective, what your engine temperature is, how long you've been here driving at this, and then how much miles per gallon or miles per hour average speed that you have. So I'll leave that on home. One thing that I would love to see Subaru do a little better is these knobs are very slick. There is no grip or rubberized cover on them, and so making the turn on those knobs, these knobs are very slick. So one thing I'd love to see Subaru do better is to put a little rubber gasket on those that could allow you to go from the steering wheel to turning this knob, and it's just very slick. So of course you're supposed to turn the volume here, but every once in a while you revert back to your old ways and want to reach for that stereo and turn up the volume, turn down the volume, and these are a little slick. So here we have a cubby hole for all your stuff that you want handy. And if you get down in here, you've got a 12-volt charger, auxiliary for radio, and 2 USB ports. I love the fact that it closes up. Got your gear selector. You come back here and you have 2 really cool buttons. 3 actually. Electronic parking brake We no longer have the manual pull-up parking brake. And then here, look at this. We've got X mode. So this is something found on phenomenal, much more expensive off-road vehicles. And this allows you to, in hill descent on snow, ice, rain, slick surfaces, at low rates of speed, so the old-fashioned four-wheel drive low, you click this button and the car will go down a incline and automatically brake and provide power to the wheels where it's needed and where you're getting the most traction, and safely get you down the hill. This is the I don't want to roll back button. So if you're on a steep incline, you're heading up and you are waiting in traffic, you can press that button and it will prevent the car from rolling backwards. This is a function that you find most useful with the manual transmission. This car is actually not available in manual transmission anymore. I do love the cup holders are awesome. In front of the cup holders is this little hole, and I absolutely love it because I did not get navigation in this one. With the strength of our iPhones, there's just no longer necessary for you to have navigation built into the car and pay for it. I know there are certain advantages of having that. In this particular model, I didn't get it. So you take your phone, you put it right here in this slot, and guess what? It stays there for the rest of your trip. It is easily visible from the cockpit, and you can follow along where you need to go and listen to announcements. So two fit in there no problem, probably at a third without an issue at all, and it's convenient. So this is the iPhone 6. There's probably a pinky finger room distance for something slightly larger. Here again we've got the Carmen hardened stereo, which is phenomenal. We've got the wood, silver, steel look on the dash, and a great lockable glove box. One of the things we talked about on the transmission is that you've got manual option. This car comes with paddle shifters. You've got a 2.5 liter inline 4-cylinder engine producing only about 175 horsepower, and so people in performance vehicles will laugh and say, why do you have paddle shifters in a car that only produces 175 horsepower? If you come down and put this into manual mode, it will respond exclusively to your paddle shifters. And I will tell you that with only 175 horsepower, every once in a while I use the paddle shifter when I'm in the mountains. Every once in a while I use the paddle shifters when I am in traffic to drop it down into third gear, get around the cars that I want to get around, and it actually makes it a lot more fun to drive. Hanging over from sports cars, you've got the one touch, which makes the blinker work 4 times. I did not get rain sensing windshield wipers on this particular vehicle, so you have the normal standard rain shield wiper operation there. One of the great things about the Limited is we have heated seats for the rear seat occupants, and we have 2 different controls. So that is fantastic for the people who are sitting back here. So we always have to put a dog in the video for Subaru because Subaru loves dogs. They do lots of advertisements. So this is our Cavalier King Charles Spaniel. He loves his Subaru. Cooper. So one of the reasons why I bought this vehicle were because of the roof rack. I originally went into the dealership and said I want a brand new Forester. He asked me a lot about my family and my activities and the things that we did together. And I said we were pretty avid cyclists, and we like to camp, we like to go out and be outdoors. And he said, first of all, this vehicle is a wider vehicle, so we have more room to pack stuff width-wise. It's also a shorter vehicle, so accessing the roof is easier than the slightly taller Forester. But the big kicker, and this is actually why I bought the vehicle, the exclusive reason, and this is my second Outback in recent years. In 2014, this is 2016. The roof rails, he showed me this, and I signed on the dotted line. You pull up right here on this. So, reset. So simply pull up on this lever right here, move this bar across, do that on the other side, and mind you, I have no tools at all. Drop that in the hole over there, drop it in the hole over here, lock it down, lock it down. Now you have roof racks that you can use to mount up your ski rack, your bike rack. I have done both on this vehicle, and any guy out there watching this video is going to say, well, okay, how much weight can I hold up here? I don't have the exact figure. I know that Subaru publishes one, not worth me repeating here. I have had 4 bikes on top of this vehicle at one time on this rack, steel bikes, so they were heavy. And I just recently completed a trip across the country, 1,000 miles each way, so a 2,000-mile trip with 4 bikes on top of the car. So, rear seats are reclining in this particular vehicle. You just pull up on this lever, and you can give your back seat occupants a couple extra inches of relaxing room. Putting the seats down in this vehicle are very, very easy. You pull up on this, there's a release button here, they pop down, all done. 60-40 split, put it back in place, simply lift it up. You can pull up on this lever to adjust them again. So here we are in the rear hatch of the 2016 Subaru Outback, and you can see that I have the rubberized floor mat to protect everything. You've got the cover, just pulls out, covers everything up normally. Here on the right side of the, you have the subwoofer for the car, which actually works quite well to my teenagers' happiness. A cool feature this year is that on the left side of the hatchback, you have this quick release lever. If you're loading up from the back, and of course when you're loading up you never have time to do anything, you can quickly pull this lever, and that seat that was right in front of you immediately goes away, and you can load up the stuff that you need. Kind of cool. So again, one of the most important things for me, because I'm a little taller guy, is there leg room in the back seat of the vehicle. So getting in the front seat of this vehicle, no problem at all. Plenty of room, no issues. And then if you don't move the seat at all, you decide you want to get in the back seat of this vehicle, you've actually got plenty of room. You've got clearance for your legs. I've got plenty of ceiling height for my head. And there's no issue at all being able to relax and comfortably drive this vehicle on a long road trip.